Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss to Chicago. There's Embiid, and the layup's good off the glass. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here's Wembanyama. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Hill. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on James Worthy.
And the word you got to use is explosive out there when talking about Grant Hill. He's one of those guys who doesn't wait for the game to come to him. He goes out and just makes things happen.
And so here is Miami. 4-point game. Here's Wembanyama. Minnesota with the rebound. Pass to Embiid. Shoots. Worthy with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here's James. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Gervin. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. With the fadeaway. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
And James gets it to go.
And the total package, James, is so much fun to watch.
Johnson outside. Pass to Anthony. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Here's Wembanyama. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama... deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Embiid. And good, coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Wembanyama with it. Back to LeBron. And it comes off the front of the rim.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Outside Anthony. Jacks up a 3. And the rejection by Wembanyama. So it's the Timberwolves now. A floater. It's rebounded by Marin.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
James
Worthy with the bucket.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. That's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
James.
LeBron James.
Yep, it counts.
And LeBron's still a force inside. Size, athleticism, it's all still there.
Gervin in the post. Here's Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Gervin.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. And the Timberwolves making a change here. McGrady outside. Here's English. And English with the stuff.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
No good from outside. The Heat trailed by 6. Worthy the screen. No good from LeBron.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
McGrady. Miami grabs the miss.
And tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Here's Marin. Miami no good on that time either. Johnson with it. Nothing on the board. A shot by Duncan. Nobody around. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
And when your 7-footer, like Tim Duncan is knocking down jumpers off of passes.
Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. He put a little extra on that one.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Three-pointer. Duncan misses. The Heat trailed by 6. Here's Pippen. Here's the drive. And it's Pippen with the jam.
Yeah, Pippen there driving hard inside, has the height and athleticism to consistently get it done in the paint. And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Worthy the screen. Again, the Heat good for 2.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Pass to McGrady. into the lane. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
"19 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Worthy the screen. To the inside. 6 to shoot. James. The Heat need to get a shot off. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
Assist goes to.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And English with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Now, getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And the Timberwolves making a change here. It's the Heat with the ball. They trail by 6. Bosh, the screen. Here's Robertson. And yet, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
What you love about Robertson is that he knows his strength on offense and plays to them with confidence.
Good on the triple. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Bosh, that's for 2. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Once Bosh finds himself in that kind of rhythm, it's going to be all cotton.
Going inside. Oh, man. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Heat making a change here.
Number 35.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
And here's Anthony for 3. It's rebounded by Robertson. The Heat trailed by 7. Bosh with it. Now defended by Embiid. To the middle. Here's Wallace. It's hauled in by Richardson. Anthony up on top. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now Holmgren. Here's the floater. Just 5 on the clock. Good ball movement here by the Heat. From deep, Robertson. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
The shot by McGrady, no good. The Heat trailed by 7. Robertson outside. Back to Holmgren. Wallace right side. Pass to Holmgren. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Anthony. Minnesota leading by 7. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Poked away. There's McGrady. And it's Miami with the rebound. Now here's Robertson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Holmgren. Bangs home the trifecta. Holmgren's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Anthony. Shoots over Holmgren. The shot by Anthony, no good.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Pass to Robertson. And stolen by Richardson. And here comes McGrady leading the fast break.
Melo cashing in right now from the perimeter where he's in transition and spotting up. You got to get to him.
The kick out to Bosch. Back to Robertson. And stolen by Richardson. Anthony nowhere around. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. A different look for Miami. The Heat trailed by 10.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's James. He's got 10. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Marin. Shot clock at 6. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Pippen. Oh!
Don't you wish you could leap like Pippen? I mean, I do.
Garnett outside. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Duncan. Out to Gervin. And James Worthy gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Another shot. And Johnson lays it in.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. And Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Outside Pippen. Look at that.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Garnett outside. Stolen by Pippen. James fires from way outside.
LeBron James.
That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
This is what James does. Scores the ball and does it in so many different ways.
Johnson outside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Worthy. And finished off by Worthy.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for the Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Pass to Worthy. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Johnson with it. Pass to Embiid. The shot, no good. Good D by James. The Heat with the lead. Worthy with a clean look. That 3 off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight. And he makes the first.
And pretty interesting to watch Tim through his career have some struggles from the free throw line and then regain his consistency.
And it's Miami's ball. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. At the elbow, it's Worthy. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Worthy outside. Outside Pippen. 6 on the shot clock. Bosh, the screen. Shoots the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Minnesota in the lead. Back to McGrady. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. The teardrop falls in.
Like the size McGrady has inside. Fantastic at kind of angling his body there for the interior shot.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Substitution on the court.
And here's Giannis. Out to Kirilenko. Goes up to the stripe. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Inside. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
Robertson outside. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Misses the 3.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
The shot by Anthony, no good. The Heat trailed by 3. Down low. Pass to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Hill. Now English. Back to Anthony. Anthony missing again. Taken away by Anthony. And here's the break. Here's Hill. And it's Hill with the jam.
I feel like that was instinctual for Melo, like he's seen it before, able to swipe that ball away.
Pass to Bowen. To the inside. Kirilenko. And he banks in the layup. Kirilenko's got his second basket of the game.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Anthony. English on the wing. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Giannis with it. Still without a basket.
Yeah, once Giannis gets the ball there, you can forget it.
Floats one up. Hill, no good. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Miami. It's a one-point game. Anthony right side. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the two areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Minnesota with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Embiid. Back to McGrady. Poke loose. 5 on the clock. Now here's Gervin. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Pass to Embiid. Here's the 3. Another miss by Minnesota.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Wembanyama. And he drops that one in. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 1 now for the Heat. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Back to Robertson. He takes it in. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Bowen. Still yet to score. Bosch, the screen. Fires from deep. The shot by Karolinko, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Robertson with the steal. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. And again, it's the Heat missing. Pass to Embiid. And here is Johnson. Back to Embiid. Shot clock at 5. It's hauled in by the Heat.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Duncan outside. Tracy McGrady on the wing. Back to Embiid. Out to Duncan. Pass to Gervin for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Gervin's got his first 3 points of the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Timberwolves lead by 1.
54.
We've reached. To the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Now Anthony. Pass to Garnett. To the paint. Richardson with it. Driving in. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
On defense, Minnesota. They've led by as much as 10. Worthy the screen. Here's LeBron. And the dunk by James.
LeBron is just dominating right now, aware of the defense, and has not feared one since he came into the league.
Outside Anthony. Garnett wide open. Drops in the tray. Garnett's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Heat trailed by 4. James looking around. Wembanyama with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Outside for Wembanyama.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Johnson, good.
Yeah,
very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. He has decided it's the right time to talk. The Timberwolves making a change here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during that break, Erik Spoelstra had some words for his team. He told his guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over. You need to go out there and take control now. We'll see how it looks coming out of the timeout. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here's James. Finds to the hoop. Oh, he misses the dunk. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Pippen. Wembanyama, right side. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. James.
LeBron James.
And James throws it down.
And the defense make it too easy for LeBron James. Can't let him get that close.
Here's Johnson. Out to Duncan. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
There's a good screen. The drive by James.
With a burst of speed, LeBron turning on the Jets, getting past the D, and the big hammer.
Here's Johnson. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Here's Worthy. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one's on Anthony.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
And Garnett has it in the corner. Back to Johnson. Out to Duncan. Pippen with the steal. Now here's Worthy. Here he goes. James outside. Wembanyama outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Worthy. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And here is Anthony. Screen by Duncan. Back to Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony with the game changer.
LeBron with it. It's Pippen on the win. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And the Heat making a change here. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. And then Johnson with the jam.
Big shot maker. When the game heats up, so does Magic.
Right side out of the Kubo. Outside for Wembanyama. It's stolen by Johnson. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And timeout is called by Erik Spoelstra. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Into the lineup for the Heat, Michael Porter, LeBron James.
Garnett left side. And he lays it straight in.
And when Garnett gets it that deep, the D is at his mercy. How about the extension when he's able to get up on that low block?
Here's James. Stolen by Magic. Picked by Anthony. .116 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Top of the key. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now a 6-point Minnesota lead. And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Here's LeBron. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Anthony. Wembanyama with the rebound. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Focus.
What a thing of beauty from James.
LeBron James, one of the best ever to do it.
Heat foul. LeBron James. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
James fires from way outside. Here's Kirilenko. Off target from outside. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And there's the call on James. That's his third foul so far. On a situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And here are the Timberwolves. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And here's Anthony from the arc. Good work defensively by Worthy. And the foul on Andre Kirilenko. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Team foul. At At the line for your Timberwolves.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. And both free throws good for Johnson.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.